Canada's major concern, Vancouver Gang War. It's a chilling time north of the border as Canada grapples with a major crisis you won't believe. Today's video, we're diving deep into the heart of the tumultuous Vancouver Gang War. A dangerous underworld that's threatening not just the city, but the entire nation. Brutal battles, intricate power plays, and a city living in fear. This is one story you cannot afford to ignore, so stay tuned. Vancouver is a beautiful and historic city with a lot to offer visitors. From its stunning mountains and waterfront to its vibrant cultural scene, there's something for everyone in Vancouver. However, in recent years, the city has also become a hotbed of gang violence. This has led to a number of shootings and other violent incidents, which has cast a shadow over Vancouver's reputation as a safe and friendly city. The gang violence in Vancouver is largely driven by the illegal drug trade. The city is a major transit point for drugs coming into Canada from Mexico and the United States, and this has made it a target for rival gangs. The violence has also been fueled by turf wars between gangs as they compete for control of the drug trade. Gang violence in Vancouver is a serious problem, and it has had a negative impact on the city's image. However, it's important to remember that Vancouver is still a safe city overall. The vast majority of people who live and visit Vancouver will never be affected by gang violence. The city is working to address the gang problem, and there have been some successes. However, it's a complex issue, and it will take time to solve. In the meantime, visitors should be aware of the gang violence and take precautions to stay safe. The most significant conflict in Vancouver, Canada, is a vicious gang war that has been plaguing the city for some time. In spite of its reputation as a prosperous and livable city, Vancouver has struggled with a higher homicide rate in comparison to major cities in the United States, such as New York City, San Francisco, San Diego, and Austin, Texas. Rival gangs are at the heart of the conflict because they are vying with one another for control and dominance over lucrative criminal activities. The Independent Soldiers, IS, a gang that was initially formed by Punjabi immigrants in the Sunset neighborhood of Vancouver in the late 1960s, is at the center of this conflict. Within their organization, the IS implemented stringent rules, such as a zero-tolerance policy for drug use, a ban on communication with law enforcement, and an emphasis on respect among associates. These rules were implemented in addition to an emphasis on respect among associates. The rise to prominence of Bindi Johal, a member of the IS, sparked tensions among the members of the gang internally. The immense wealth of Johal and his desire for fame brought him into conflict with the Dosanjh brothers, who held the position of established leadership. This resulted in a struggle for power, which in turn led to the formation of alliances and betrayals, as well as an increase in violent acts between competing gangs, including the Buttar family. A stark reminder of the challenges posed by organized crime and the long-lasting consequences it inflicts on communities is provided by the gang war that is currently taking place in Vancouver. When compared to cities like San Francisco, San Diego, and Austin, Texas, Vancouver's shockingly high homicide rate stands in stark contrast to the city's reputation for wealth and a high standard of living. This unexpected dichotomy is reflected in Vancouver's high murder rate. Despite its reputation as a city that is easy to live in, Vancouver is struggling with the harsh reality of having a higher than average rate of violent crime. Although Vancouver may have a thriving economy and a setting that is quite picturesque, the city's high homicide rate calls into question the notion that it is a safe and tranquil place to live in. The complexity of the social dynamics and the underlying problems that contribute to crime in urban environments are brought into focus by this statistic. The higher homicide rate in Vancouver can be attributed to a variety of factors, including socioeconomic disparities, gang-related activities, the trade of illegal drugs, and other difficult societal issues. This combination of factors is what contributes to the city's high homicide rate. Taking action to address and gain an understanding of these underlying causes is necessary in order to put into place the effective measures that will ensure the health and safety of residents of Vancouver. The high livability of Vancouver, in contrast to its high homicide rate, serves as a useful reminder that even in cities that appear to be picture perfect, social issues continue to exist and require the vigilant attention and intervention of both the authorities and the community in order to foster an environment that is safer for all. The Independent Soldiers, also known simply as IS, are a notorious gang with their headquarters in Vancouver, which is located in Canada. It is believed that Punjabi immigrants first settled in the Sunset neighborhood in the 1960s, which is when the neighborhood was named after them. The gang at first called themselves the Sunset Boy, and the majority of its members were immigrants from the Punjab region of India who had settled in the Vancouver area. Over the course of their existence, the gang went through a number of iterations before settling on the moniker Independent Soldiers, IS, as a means of emphasizing their independence from other criminal organizations in Vancouver and setting themselves apart from those groups. A stringent set of rules was instituted by the gang in order to preserve the order and loyalty that existed within their ranks. These rules stipulated that there was to be absolutely no tolerance for the use of illegal substance, there was to be an absolute ban on assisting law enforcement in any way, and there was to be an unwavering expectation of respect among co-workers. Any violation of these guidelines would result in severe repercussions, up to and including termination of employment or even physical assault. The independent soldiers came to be significant players in the criminal landscape of Vancouver as a result of their stringent code of conduct and the criminal enterprises they ran, both of which contributed to the formation of their reputation and their sphere of influence within the city. Bindi Johal rose to prominence as a major earner within the criminal underworld of Vancouver. She was a prominent member of the Independent Soldiers IS gang, which is known for its brutality. Because of his involvement in illegal activities, he was able to amass an incredible fortune and make millions of dollars every year. However, as Bindi's wealth and influence increased, tensions started to rise between him and the Dosjan, who were the leaders of the gang at the time. The conflict that occurred between Bindi Johal and the Dosanjh brothers was caused by a number of different things, such as personal differences, struggles for power, and competing ambitions. The more traditional approach taken by the Dosanjh brothers was not compatible with the Bindi's flamboyant lifestyle and his desire for recognition, despite the fact that Bindi had made significant contributions to the financial system. In the end, these disagreements would result in a rift in their relationship and the identification of Bindi Johal as their primary foe. This rift would have far-reaching consequences, not only for the individuals who were involved, but also for the dynamics of the gangs in the overall balance of power within Vancouver's criminal landscape. After his run-ins with the Dosanjh brothers, Bindi Johal, a prominent member of the Independent Soldiers IS gang, looked for new allies to bolster his standing in the criminal underworld of Vancouver. This was done as a result of the conflicts that he had with the Dosanjh brothers. Bindi and the Batur family came together to form a powerful alliance, which led to an increase in violence and confrontations with other criminal gangs. There was a discernible sea change in the composition of Vancouver's criminal underworld as a direct result of the collaboration between Bindi Johal and the Batur family. They posed a formidable threat to the established power structures as well as the competing gangs that were vying for control because of the combined resources and influence they possessed. This alliance was directly responsible for the escalation of violence and clashes that followed after it was formed. A dangerous escalation was fueled by the consolidation of power and territorial disputes, which led to an increase in criminal activity, acts of retaliation, and gang-related violence within the city. The consequences of this alliance were felt throughout Vancouver as rival gangs and law enforcement agencies scrambled to respond to the increased threat posed by Bindi Johal and the Batur family. The fallout from this alliance would have a significant impact on the way the gang war played out and would further contribute to the deterioration of the city of Vancouver's criminal landscape. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to watch more amazing videos like this one.